Hi guys, I'm back up here with another daily motivational message for the collective. Remember, all messages are not for all, they're for some. Take what you need and leave the rest, as well as we got that slot open for personal readings. If you feel guided or interested in purchasing one of those, you know what to do. DM me, we can get you set up, come fuck with your girl, okay? As well as drop a comment down below, let it hear from you guys to start the discussion. As well as let's go and share these vids, man. Let's get this divine knowledge out here for the collective so we all can get on one accord, okay? So that's about it. We got 4 cards from I think these are the success cards, the orange cards here, for this message, okay? 1 overall message and 3 cards to clarify, okay? All right, let's go and get it popping, okay? So the overall message has to do with the dark night of the soul, okay? Here we go. All right, so when you go down your spiritual journey, or go down whatever you're trying to go, let's say financial, trying to find self, fitness, health and fitness, or whatever you're trying to do, right? You start at the starting gate. The starting gate is the dark night of the soul, right? This is that type of energy. What the dark night of the soul is, it's I guess the 5 of Pentacles in tarot, where you're asked out. Right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time. If we want to keep it more on a spiritual sense, really that first stage when you first become aware, right? Where now in this time you have to go through a lot of, I don't want to say bullshit, but shit to kind of build your spiritual man, right? This is that type of energy. It's kind of like within this time frame, we know how diamonds are created. I always say it all the time. They're created under pressure, right? That pressure, space, very harsh conditions, right? This is that with the dark night of the soul, right? Because going through these harsh experiences and experiencing these harsh lessons, right? That's what's going to build the spirit man, right? This is that type of energy as a collective. We're in this energy of really taking a look at our spirit man, shedding the old to become a new, right? This is that type of energy here in these moments in time. Finding a trust within oneself and within the creator. Trying to learn how to find that sweet spot between the ego and quote unquote Christ-like, right? That Christ consciousness, right? This is that type of energy here where we're really experiencing things with spiritually, right? Going through things spiritually, right? Yeah. It's causing us to really have to look at ourselves with the beings, right? Really analyze ourselves, especially if we're in a place that we don't want to be in life, right? This is where we're having to really analyze ourselves and take full accountability of, man, where I'm at in life is my fault why I'm here, right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time here where this position is not an easy position to be in. Most people cannot do this, right? Be able to really look at oneself and really speak to oneself and be like, hey girl or hey bro, you done fucked up on this one, right? You took too many short corners or too many shortcuts within this time frame where you have to first, to even as you're going through this dark night of the soul, you have to first acknowledge your life for where it's at. Yeah. Even go through the dark knowledge through the dark night of the soul, you're gonna have to first acknowledge. Hold on. Yeah, you're gonna have to first acknowledge where your life's at. So, you're going to have to acknowledge where your life's at to even move forward with to even proceed through the dark night of the soul, right? And that position is not an easy position to be. It's kind of a hard pill to swallow, right? This is that type of energy here, but the moment that you make it through that space and the moment that you experience that, you start to gain stripes on your spiritual man, gain strength on your spiritual man, right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time, right? As we move forward, we're taking accountability for ourselves, and really that's the first stage of full accountability, is to be accountable for where your life's at and in the actions and the decisions that you've made within a certain period or a certain time frame is where it got you to where you're at now, right? Now, after moving into that, we're with this mechanical habits, we're having to look at our habits. We're going to have to look at our routines. We're having to look at our the things that we're overindulging in. We're having to looking into the things that are not the self-sabotaging and all of those good stuff. It might not be the best at the time, right? But we got a 3 here, which 3 has to do with ascension, right? 3 has to do with ascension, the ascended masters, evolution, right? That's the only way to elevate, right? Is to know better and do better. When you know better, you do better, right? This is that type of energy as you're moving forward on the journey. After you now gotten into a space of taking full accountability for where you're at, you start to be able to take more accountability for the shit that you entertain, the shit that you consume, the shit that what's in your routine, right? Where you start to make these necessary moves to modify, right? Make these necessary moves to modify this behavior after first taking a full accountability, right, for where you're at, in a sense, right? And to even be able to do that, right, to even be able to be in that energy, I had a thought to that. Let's see if it comes back to me. No, it must not be important. If it comes back, it comes back. But anyways, we start to take control of our routine. We start to take control of our habits. We start to take control of the things that we're overindulging in. We're understanding that the mind, right? Really the trickery of the mind and the opposition. And it's beautiful how this artwork works, right? We all know that the fox has to do, it kind of symbolizes folly in a sense, but just looking at this particular fox here, this particular fox kind of looks very snake-like, very slick, kind of a swiper no swiper type of energy, where it looks very manipulative, right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time here where that's self-talk, that's self-dialogue, especially if you're going against the status quo, can kind of make you feel like shit. Like, honestly, if you do not have control of the mind at all, the mind can be very dangerous, right? This is that type of energy. The mind, especially living under these circumstances, in certain circumstances, until you train the mind, right, will make you feel like shit. Will make you feel like shit and make you overindulge in shit that is not good for you. You're going to have to unlearn and relearn. You're going to have to train your mind to be the opposite of pain or the opposite of suffering. Well, we got to keep that suffering mentality, but I mean by more like disappointment, let down. What's the opposite of disappointment and let down and all this negative shit is filling that mind up with positivity, optimism, happiness, things of that nature. You're going to have to change the station, especially if you've been in an energy of just straight up in a victim mentality, right? Because the dark night of the soul, it helps destroy the victim mentality that's within us. And we all know on a spiritual journey like this, we all start in that driver's seat, start in that space right there. As you move forward on your journey, you start to understand and start to see where all the shit that you swept under the rug, you can no longer sweep under the rug, right? Now it's time to do that healing in a lot of that accountability, really, like David Goggins would say, step to the accountability mirror, right? And really deal with that shit. Because the moment that you deal with that shit, that's when you elevate. That's when you change your life. That's when you change your position in life. That's where your life starts to go a whole different route, when you decide to let go of the old version of yourself with the habits and the things that you were overindulging in as well. And also getting an understanding of the mental, understanding of the mind, getting rid of that negative self-talk and replacing it with positive self-talk. Keeping hungry, but understanding that you're on a journey for self-development. And when you're in this energy, this is where you change your life. This is where you change other people's lives. This is where you change your circumstances. Okay? All right. I think I'm going to leave it there. Remember, all messages are not for all. They're for some. Take what you need and leave the rest. As well as we got that slot open for personal readings if you feel guided or interested in purchasing one of those. You know what to do. DM me. We can get you set. I come fuck with your girl, okay? As well as drop a comment down below. Let it hear from you guys and start the discussion. As well as just go and share these vids, man. Let's get this divine knowledge out here for the collective so we all can get on one accord, okay? I want you guys to have a good day, and bye-bye.